Okey, anda sedang menonton dan mendengar Berita Busters. I'm Zan Azlee.
And I'm Sheril A. Bustaman.
Okey, dan seperti biasa, Berita Busters adalah satu rancangan berita dan hal ehwal semasa di mana kami membincangkan isu-isu COVID-19 dan coronavirus di Malaysia, di rantau Asia Tenggara dan juga mungkin di seluruh dunia. Dan sorry for blocking your face.
Okay, so we've discussed some pretty heavy issues in the past couple of episodes. We've talked about migrants, we've talked about fake news, and we've also talked about raya.
Dan sekarang kami akan membincangkan isu tentang
Penjarakan Sosial.
social distancing.
Yang walaupun doesn't seem like it's a very important topic, sebenarnya sangat penting ya.
Sangat penting. Sangat penting untuk kita menjalankan kehidupan kebiasaan normal.
The new normal. Kebiasaan baru.
Did I just say kebiasaan normal?
Yes. Alright. Tapi to start, untuk memulakan rancangan kita pada hari ini, we're going to talk about pemakaian mask.
Ramai orang di Malaysia dan seluruh dunia semua mula bercakap tentang isu memakai topeng. Kan? Dan semua orang, kalau kita tengok kat Malaysia, semua orang nak beli topeng. Betul, harga topeng pun naik. Betul, kerajaan pun marah, tak boleh naik harga kan dan sebagainya kan. Kita kena
harga kawalan
jadikan harga kawalan dan sebagainya. So Tetapi sebenarnya kita mendapat maklumat daripada kerajaan kita sendiri dan juga daripada WHO, World Health Organization, bahawa memakai topeng ini sebenarnya bukan satu keperluan.
Dan WHO juga tidak menggalakkan yang kita memakai topeng. Dia tidak bercakap yang kita tak boleh, tapi dia tak menggalakkan juga. Because there's actually not enough data at the time, masa mula PKP, to support that memakai topeng ni boleh mencegah COVID-19.
Tak cukup maklumat lah. So diorang pun tak kata okay perlu pakai, tapi diorang tak juga kata jangan pakai. Tetapi baru-baru ini WHO telah mengeluarkan kenyataan mengatakan bahawa sebenarnya okey kalau kamu nak pakailah. Mereka menggalakkan orang ramai untuk memakai topeng.
Terutamanya orang tua yang lebih daripada 60-an dan juga orang yang dah memang sakit.
Dan dia kata orang ramai nak pakai pun boleh juga. Untuk kita lihat keadaan. Kalau anda dalam keadaan di mana ramai orang nak pakai tu okey juga. Kan?
Contohnya kalau awak bekerja di tempat yang memang ada banyak orang seperti di restoran ataupun di Jabatan Immigration ataupun di post office
ataupun naik pengangkutan awam. So mungkin boleh pakai. Tapi WHO tetap mengatakan bahawa memakai topeng ini tidak boleh mencegah anda daripada mendapat COVID-19 100%.
Ya, memakai topeng sahaja tidak akan mencegah daripada COVID-19 100%. Anda still perlu mengamalkan penjarakan sosial, anda still perlu membasuh tangan dengan sabun, menggunakan hand sanitizer dan sebagainya.
The most interesting part for me is selama waktu PKP ni, setiap kali saya tengok press conference ataupun kenyataan akhbar yang diberi oleh Ketua Pengarah Kesihatan kita, Dr. Nur Hisham, dia tak pernah memakai topeng tu sekali pun.
Tapi dia atas podium. Lepas tu dia pakai topeng bila nak balik rumah.
Dia balik rumah dia pakai topeng. Kat rumah dia pakai topeng.
Kat luar dia nak balik rumah. On the way nak balik rumah.
So just take note. I think it's an interesting news.
It's also interesting to note that not a lot of people knew that this was WHO stand on wearing the mask. Banyak orang Malaysia dia ikut semua orang, dia just main pakai je. Dia ikut berita yang dia baca dekat WhatsApp ke apa. Kalau pakai topeng boleh mencegah COVID-19, dia pakai je. Lepas tu dia mencekam orang yang tidak memakai topeng di supermarket, bila pergi berjogging. Betul. And that's not right lah. So it also shows that ni pengajaran yang you kena juga merujuk kepada akhbar dan sources yang credible to get the real news, real facts.
Dan kita tahu kerajaan Malaysia, Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, mereka sentiasa menggunakan guidelines yang dikeluarkan oleh WHO. Kita dengarkan, kita dapatkan maklumat dan berita daripada sumber-sumber yang sahih.
Kita juga boleh mendapatkan maklumat daripada wartawan-wartawan yang tersohor.
Seperti
yang di dalam segmen yang seterusnya. Dan juga Zan Azlee.
Saya pun wartawan tersohor. Come on.
So kali ni,
come
saksikanlah siapa wartawan kita.
So, hari ini kita akan bersama dengan panelis-panelis wartawan tersohor daripada episod pertama.
Yeah.
Oh, we've gone full circle. Kita ada Hadi Azmi daripada Benar News, kita ada Wern daripada Malay Mail, dan kita ada Norman Gold, seorang wartawan bebas yang pernah kerja dengan kerajaan. No, tak ada lagi. Okey, tema episod kami pada minggu ini adalah tentang penjarakan sosial.
That we are obviously not applying because we live together.
Kita suami isteri. Kami ni suami isteri kan. Dan bila kita dekat rumah ni, mana ada social distancing. Kalau kena MCO 2 bulan kat rumah, kalau kena social distancing dengan isteri dengan suami, susah.
Okay ke?
Why?
Anyway, to the rest of you single people out there who are practicing social distancing, today we're going to talk about what is the real way to social distance and how does it actually even work. Are Malaysians disciplined enough to even practice it? Because you know we all very tidak apa one, right? And so let's talk about our first story.
Kalau kita tengok daripada awal lagi, kerajaan dah memang suruh semua orang mengamalkan penjarakan sosial. Ini adalah kerana mereka mengatakan bahawa virus ini senang nak merebak kalau kita dekat-dekat dengan orang. Kalau kita dekat, bersin, dapat.
Sebab the air particles keluar and then it drops. So if you're very close to each other, then it will drop onto you lah.
So the reason kenapa kita ada MCO, kita ada PKP pun sebab kita tak nak orang berdekat dengan berhampiran dengan saling berhampiran lah. So bila kerajaan telah declare the CMCO atau PKPB, di mana orang boleh keluar, orang boleh mula keluar tapi kena mengamalkan penjarakan sosial
dan SOP lain.
Correct me if I'm wrong, we all notice that semua orang jadi macam gila. Shopping mall tiba-tiba penuh orang. Macam tak ada MCO kan, macam tak ada pandemik.
Hadi kan cakap semua orang pergi shopping raya.
Pergi shopping raya masa tu, right before raya.
We've also brought up in our episodes where semua orang nak pergi sembahyang kat masjid.
Dan baru-baru ini berita yang paling ni is terkini Taman Tasik Titi Wangsa, dia orang dah buka untuk orang pergi bersenam dan sebagainya. 2-3 hari lepas dia orang kena tutup sebab orang
tak ada penjarakan sosial.
Yes, everybody started swarming the park. What are your thoughts?
I think for a start, Malaysians are like, you know, imagine you are being caged for one and suddenly they're causing everything can do. The thing is, it's funny, sometimes I don't know why you just want to follow people so close, and then especially when you go to shopping malls, right? Why you want to stand so close behind me, right? Why you want to smell? Really? I think it's so bad that when you want to go to parks and things like that, it's an open space. You know, places like parks like that, it is a good place for us to exercise and things like that, but people just don't follow.
In a normal Malaysian society of a very tidak apa attitude, what are your thoughts on whether or not people are adhering to this advice by our Prime Minister?
I think before May 4th, people were following, except at the markets. Somehow in the markets it's a different dimension. Not sure why nobody cares at the markets especially. But at the malls, actually people are quite law-abiding citizens. But then also because they are scared, but mostly what I notice is that they are not sure why they have to follow, and then they're just forced to do something. And also they said that if there's no fine, they wouldn't follow this as well. Some people also said that this is worse than May 13 curfew. May 13 you can still hang out with each other, but this one, because kita akan kena denda RM1,000. So that's the only reason why they are not doing social. They are abiding by social distancing.
Atau apa dia boleh compare, dia boleh bezakan keadaan kita dengan May 13. I tak faham. Ada orang yang bezakan kita pandemik sekarang ni MCO dengan zaman perang. It's like no. It's so different than war, so different than May 13. Kita tak ada shortage makanan, kita makanan masih ada. Orang tak tembak-tembak, tak ada looting, tak ada apa. So I thought we should not be comparing it with like May 13 and war. Come on. Hadi, saya ada baca di Facebook kamu yang kamu kata keluar social distancing dengan isteri pun kena social distancing. Betul tak?
Yeah. I went to a cafe and then I was made to sit. You know, the table is a rectangular table and we were forced to sit at the opposite end of each other. And I was thinking that, you know, like I came here in a car with this lady. I wake up in the same bed as her, but suddenly for some reason when I come to this restaurant, I have to like be so.
Sebab bila masuk restoran dua-dua ada coronavirus.
We had an argument once. Kita pernah bergaduh. Kita pergi beli groceries. This was when it was first said that 2 orang boleh pergi beli groceries. Kita tengah beratur untuk masuk ke supermarket, and I said you kena berdiri at the line behind me and not at the same line. Lepas tu Zan marah sebab Zan cakap, but we came in the same car and everything. And I said yes, tapi semua orang lain that's around us
Social
are
pressure.
going to get angry because we're standing at the same line, and I don't really want to fight with anybody in the grocery line. I just want to get my groceries and go home.
For me, I think I what I've been doing so far is to just read the room and play along. Because like
you don't want to cause any problems.
Every place you go have a certain different interpretation. Like even in different restaurants you go. So like this restaurant says, you can sit like 4 people in one table. And then next restaurant, same table size but only 2 people. So it's like, okay.
So I think to end this story, I nak bagi tahu semua orang bahawa rakyat Malaysia dan public, diorang boleh dapat guidelines untuk social distancing yang betul tanpa merasa risau, tanpa rasa paranoid kalau pergi ke website Kementerian Kesihatan sebenarnya. Kementerian Kesihatan ada satu dokumen tentang penjarakan sosial yang sangat detail. Saya juga jumpa di website University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Mereka pun ada juga guidelines yang lebih kurang macam MOH, macam KKM, yang tak detail, tak complicated lah. Untuk story kedua kita, who is asking us to wear mask? Who? Get the pun? Terror tak? Oh lama. They're all like just cynically laughing at me. Pada awal pandemik ni, pada awal PKP, pada awal bila coronavirus ni mula muncul, mereka telah menyatakan bahawa dia orang tak push untuk suruh orang pakai topeng. Alasan dia orang beri kenapa dia orang tak suruh orang pakai topeng ialah kerana tak ada bukti yang menunjukkan memakai topeng itu boleh mencegah daripada individu itu mendapat COVID-19. Minggu ini WHO telah tukar pendirian mereka dan mengatakan bahawa actually kalau nak pakai topeng pakailah, elok juga. Wen Jun, you selalu pergi press conference kan? You selalu pergi press conference tengok yang menteri-menteri dengan DG Dr. Nur Hisham pernah pakai tak? Tak pernah tengok Dr. Nur Hisham pakai mask.
Oh yeah, because I think from the beginning Dr. Nur Hisham made it clear that you don't have to wear according to WHO guidelines, right? So I thought that was quite a calming example. So we don't all panic, because even for myself, I couldn't find means to purchase face masks. The only face mask that I got was what my company provided for us. And then, it has even become something like, if you don't wear masks, people are quite taken aback. I was told off by people that I interviewed. They refused to talk to me. They said, you're not wearing your mask, so I won't speak to you. And they actually told me off. Yeah. And then now with this change of note whereby you wear when you're in crowded places, I feel that it's not going to change much, because we still haven't found proof that wearing masks actually keeps us safe. And then some people also had the theory that if you really want to be safe, that's why the healthcare officers, they wear face shield. And face shield is the one that actually protects you much more than face mask.
Tapi semua orang keluar nanti muka macam Robocop lah.
I personally think places like China, Japan, South Korea, I've been to all these 3 places. It is so common that people are wearing masks everywhere. They have learned from their lessons during SARS and all that, and South Korea had MERS-CoV as well. You can see everyone just wear a mask. And I have some example. This is one mask that I have. There's one. This is the 3-ply, and this is the cloth type.
Wah, ini souvenir daripada negara-negara ni semua lah, Norman.
Tak.
Are you starting a small business?
I know some of my friends did, but they're selling, they're putting it on Instagram, selling a box for like 60, 70 ringgit each. But I think generally, most of the East Asian countries, we look at China, Japan, and South Korea, they were among the few countries that have been kena hit by SARS. Back then, it was really, really bad. So at that time, they already started using masks, not just for personal protection. I think in Beijing people wear it because smog was really bad. Jakarta, we used to say it, smog was really bad. It's not just for self-protection. Sometimes it is also very important that the guidelines given by WHO is like what you have mentioned earlier, to protect the vulnerable groups, the younger people, especially the infants, the toddlers. Of course, takkanlah you expect the kids to wear, the little babies to wear mask kan, pelik, tak ada size. But elderly, we've seen the data has also shown that elderly people are more susceptible. Oh, another data from that, right? Those who are smoking also will have a higher risk of getting COVID-19.
Yeah, betul.
I mean, I don't know if you all remember, because COVID-19 seems to have gone on forever, but once upon a time, a long time ago, as my 5-year-old likes to say, we used to wear masks every year for Jerebu. So it's like part of our culture also, Norman.
Yeah, when COVID-19...
It was a yearly event.
Bila COVID-19 ni mula, anak-anak kita dia terus je buka laci, dah ada mask lah. Sebab tiap-tiap tahun pergi sekolah pakai mask bila waktu Jerebu. Tapi kalau kita nak tahu sebenarnya cara-cara untuk memakai mask bila waktu yang paling elok untuk pakai topeng dan sebagainya, kita boleh cari. New Straits Times ada satu artikel yang menunjukkan bila-bila waktu yang paling elok untuk kita pakai topeng dan bila kita tak perlu pakai topeng. WHO juga, kalau kita pergi website diorang ada bagi what was interesting is diorang bagi cara-cara untuk buat mask sendiri.
So apart from the mask thing, banyak orang juga banyak orang Malaysia lah, anyway, rakyat Malaysia berpendapat yang memakai glove ke supermarket akan dapat mencegah daripada mendapat COVID-19. Then later on, it was discussed that sebenarnya bila memakai glove, you can actually spread COVID-19. Sebab you pakai glove tu, lepas tu you pergi pegang ni, pergi tempat ni, pegang itu, yang tu. Lepas tu balik rumah, you campak je glove. Bukan you basuh pun sebenarnya.
So tangan you bersih, tapi glove tu tak bersih.
Yeah, and so you're actually spreading COVID-19 rather than mencegah. Banyak orang-orang yang sebenarnya bijak, pandai, pergi universiti semua, ada PhD semua, still fall to this kind of
dia percaya juga
this kind of myths,
which is our third story.
Like I think it's because of the newness of the virus. It's called novel coronavirus because it's new, right? So people are not sure how to handle it, because like flu, okay, you know how to go about. Tiba-tiba you have this new virus yang came from bats and pangolins and shit, and then China sampai tutup, lepas tu the whole world shut down. Lepas tu tiba-tiba you dengar government kata basuh tangan dengan sabun. So macam
what? Itu je?
Itu je? So macam, and then,
jangan dekat-dekat dengan Norman bila pergi mall.
Macam jauh-jauh lepas tu basuh tangan. Macam like, this virus is really scary, but the only way to prevent it is that. So macam dia lepak-lepak rumah PKP lama kan, dia fikir-fikir, lepas tu dia kata macam, kalau basuh tangan bagus, basuh benda yang kita sentuh lagi bagus.
I feel that a lot of this is got to do with some people, they believe what they want to believe. So no matter, it's selective. It's a selective process. So no matter how much you tell them, if they don't believe that it's right, they're not gonna follow. It's nothing to do with bodoh ke pandai ke. It's just choice, you know. And especially, I think in other countries whereby people are very strong with opinions, they tend to do even more drastic stuff, and it's no one that is persuading them to do it. They just believe what they want to believe. And I think to a certain extent, that's why some countries, they have placed strict laws, probably just to prevent people from doing silly stuff. And also censorship also, it's bad, but to a certain extent, it has helped some countries keep their people safe.
Okay. Seorang wartawan BBC yang bernama David Robson, dia adalah wartawan, his beat, dia cover futurist lah. Dia ni seorang futurist. Dia cover topik-topik tentang all this future stuff lah.
Is he a wartawan tersohor juga?
Dia wartawan tersohor macam kita jugalah.
Okay. That's important.
Of course. Dia menyatakan bahawa orang senang percaya sebab number one, apa yang kita semua setuju adalah a vacuum of information. Okay, satu, tak cukup maklumat. So orang mula buat assumption lah. Dan juga menariknya adalah information overload. Bila terlalu banyak maklumat, bila terlalu banyak, dia tak boleh nak proses, dia jadi bodoh. Wah, you know, then they believe almost everything. Kan? Yeah. Diorang rasa bila terlalu banyak maklumat, diorang tak nak confirmkan maklumat untuk diri sendiri. Itu yang kalau kat WhatsApp ke social media diorang senang nak share. Sebab diorang mengharapkan sebenarnya orang lain akan bagi tahu ni salah lah, ni betul lah. Sebab diorang sendiri tak nak ambil tanggungjawab.
Tak, dia mengharapkan semua orang cakap betul. Because
Actually,
someone shared it to me, it must be true.
Yeah.
Because the person who shared it to me is obviously going to be a friend or someone, an associate, someone I know.
Sebenarnya it's also very much macam herd mentality lah. Bila seorang cakap
Sheep.
macam tu, semua sheep and herd mentality ya. Bila seorang buat, semua nak ikut. And macam mana nak I mean, this is one of the reasons kenapa kita ada rancangan Berita Busters ni pun. Sebab kita nak memberitahu orang ramai bahawa jangan percaya semua benda kat luar tu. Tetapi apa yang kita boleh buat untuk convincekan orang lain kat sana yang supaya mereka percaya kita.
Dan bukan berita palsu.
Dan bukan berita palsu lah, kan?
Digital literacy is something difficult to for people to learn, I guess, especially if you grew up in generation where there's no digital things. So I think we need to go back to kita jaga kita lah. Kita, like you're the youngest one in the family, you know the internet well, you know how to check all this information. You use the power of being trusted by your peers to be the voice of spreading all this the true facts to combat all this bad information.
Firstly, I think we still need more people talking about it. There's in Malaysia, I think there's still lack of information. Why I'm saying that is because no point comparing to other countries. We still have problem looking for information, even for ourselves as well. But as a journalist, then we just try to channel everyone to the correct news channels, and then we try to encourage people to read more and not just headlines, because a lot of people like to read headlines.
Baik, thank you Wan Jun for that.
I think at the end of the day, kita boleh rasa kalau kita nak membantu orang untuk tidak percaya kepada berita palsu, kita yang rasa kita ni bertanggungjawab untuk mengajar orang atau menyekolahkan orang, right, to school people, the best way is to be patient. Be patient.
Be patient.
Okay, don't scold your uncles and aunties and mothers and fathers.
Don't leave the WhatsApp group.
Right? Don't leave the WhatsApp group. Kita kena bersabar dan kita kena beri maklumat ini dengan tenang dan jangan complicated sangat lah, kan? As simple as possible. Yeah.
The important thing to remember, I think, is that semua orang sekarang still berada dalam keadaan yang sangat menakutkan. And I think when you're older, the mortality of it is even higher and therefore scarier. So orang yang tua-tua ni, they are more susceptible to the virus. Dia orang pun tahu mereka berisiko. Mereka ada perasaan yang takut lah sebab they want to live a long time. We just had a baby. Obviously they want to see him grow up. Siapa yang nak mati kan sebenarnya. So definitely be patient and definitely I guess it's a long game. We've been talking about the new normal, kebiasaan baru tentang memakai mask mana-mana yang kita pergi. Saya rasa yang mencegah berita palsu juga akan menjadi sebuah kebiasaan baru juga untuk kita semua, bukan saja wartawan-wartawan tersohor yang ada di Berita Busters, tapi rakyat Malaysia in general yang are bertanggungjawab lah dan responsible.
Terima kasih kepada Hadi Azmi, kepada Norman Goh, kepada Su Wen Jun. Sekali lagi, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your experience and your knowledge.
So, terima kasih Su Wen Jun, Norman Goh dan juga Hadi Azmi.
Kami sangat gembira lah. We always have a good time when we talk to these
people. Pulang ke Berita Busters untuk episod ini. Seterusnya, kita akan bermain Benar atau palsu.
Oh my god. Benar atau palsu. Fine. Tip pada minggu ini adalah, what's the tip of the week?
Jangan ikut perasaan sangat. If a piece of news basically invokes too much emotion, like if it makes you angry, if it makes you sad, if it makes you scared, kemungkinan besar berita itu adalah palsu.
Sebagai seorang wartawan sendiri kan, kita belajar yang tersohor. Yes, of course. Kita belajar bila kita nak menceritakan sesuatu kepada orang ramai, kita perlu ada elemen-elemen tertentu untuk menarik perhatian mereka. Dan salah satu elemen yang kita gunakan adalah untuk menarik emosi mereka. Kan? Kalau kita buat mereka rasa gembira, mereka lebih cenderung untuk baca artikel kita. Kalau kita buat mereka rasa marah, mereka lebih cenderung untuk baca artikel kita. Kan? Itu memang taktik-taktik wartawan sebenarnya untuk membuat artikel kita ataupun story kita lebih menarik pada orang ramai. Tetapi apabila berita palsu, orang-orang yang cuba menyebarkan berita palsu ini, mereka juga menggunakan taktik-taktik yang sama untuk mengelirukan orang ramai.
So macam mana nak bezakan?
Memang susah. I'm not going to say it's easy, tetapi kita kena fikir sedikit. Adakah yang memberi emosi yang terlampau atau over?
Over.
Macam buat orang rasa takut, gila-gila punya takut. Atau buat orang rasa marah, gila-gila punya marah.
Yeah.
That is already berita palsu. Itu yang dikatakan sensationalism. Dan wartawan-wartawan yang menggunakan taktik ini juga sebenarnya etikanya tak betul.
Tak tersohor.
Tak tersohor lah kalau dia guna. Sebenarnya kita kena be more accurate daripada sensationalize. Kan? That's what they call yellow journalism. Tapi ini tema-tema journalism lah.
But anyway, there should be more facts, right?
Yes.
Isi kandungannya perlu penuh dengan fakta, lebih daripada emosi. Lebih daripada language that's used to invoke your emotion. So, artikel tu perlu ada banyak-banyak fakta, sikit je yang sort of memberikan emosi.
If you feel that satu artikel tu bila kamu baca dan kamu rasa macam terlebih takut atau terlebih marah, that is a sign. Itu kira dah flag lah tu. Red, itu red signal.
Apa perkataan-perkataan yang digunakan? So, contohnya, like they use a lot of exclamation marks. Perkataan yang digunakan ada cara yang
tanda seruan banyak.
Cara yang disampaikan ada banyak perkataan yang di-highlight, bold. Kemungkinan besar itu adalah palsu lah. Sebab there's also like a way to write the article and the way that it's supposed to come out, right? Yeah.
But the main thing is check yourself. Kalau kamu rasa, takut ni bila baca
artikel ni,
teruk ni, then take a step back. Mungkin benar, mungkin tidak. So you just take a step back, kaji semula. Anda boleh menonton dan mendengar Berita Busters di semua platform Fact Bidin dan juga di disinfact.com. Right? Dan kami dibawa kepada anda oleh Rights Foundation. Dan
saya Sheril A
dan saya Zan Azlee.